This is probably the first time that I've responded to anyone on social media. And I think I'm choosing this particular occasion because of what you said and how you said it. Unlike you, I'm not going to shout and I'm not going to rant, because I think sometimes it's better to be calm and for the facts to speak for themselves. You have 160,000 followers, and clearly you must therefore have some influence over the way people think. And it concerns me that so much of your rant the other day about me and about the situation with Buju and other police fatal shootings and body cameras was so inaccurate and one-sided. So I thought it was important for your 160,000 followers, but particularly for you, to listen very carefully to the facts. The fact is this: you cannot proclaim anybody to have murdered anybody, because the same people like you would be up in arms if the judicial system, if law enforcement started to make statements about people's guilt before they have been found guilty, before they have been before the court. You and I agree that the circumstances surrounding the fatal shooting of Buju were terrible. The look for law enforcement, for the Jamaica Constabulary Force, is terrible. We agree on that. But where we disagree is that you call it murder. You call it murder, and you're not a judge, you're not a jury, and you're not an investigator. You have to allow the system to work. You have to stay calm. Be angry, be frustrated internally, but do not go out in front of your 160,000 followers and call it murder. Because there was no body-worn camera, we could not see what that officer was seeing. It may have been something, it may have been nothing. That's for the witnesses to provide their statements to Indicom in order that we can seek the truth. And when the truth has been found and the evidence has been gathered, then we can put those who are necessarily to go before justice to go before justice and to answer in court, not answer to Marvin.
Comment your thoughts, like, and follow Feed the latest Jamaica news as it drop.
Who feels it's necessary to get on to start to make the accusations that you did. Where we do agree though is about how Buju was treated immediately after she was shot. I was invited onto nationwide radio the other night, and I agreed to go on because I was angry. I was very, very angry, and I was upset. I was upset because I saw the way in which she had been treated, the way her body was dragged from that vehicle, dragged across the roadway and thrown into the back of a police truck with those spare tyres, as you so aptly mentioned. And then the back of the truck was forced shut. I thought that was horrific. It was abhorrent, the way that she was treated. So I share your anger. And I actually said that although I can't comment on the incident leading up to her shooting because I can't see all the facts, one thing was absolutely clear. I could see how she was treated immediately afterwards. No attempt was made with first aid, no medication. She could have been left in situ, as the rules would proclaim, but instead she was treated in that way, and I think the officers acted in the most disgusting and abhorrent ways that I've already said. So we agree on that. And then you go into your long spout about body-worn cameras, but you do not know the facts. You do not know me. You do not know what I've tried to do in the last 20 years. As a serving member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force as DCP, I wrote policy and tried to persuade my senior colleagues and commissioner to introduce body-worn cameras. When I left the Jamaica Constabulary Force in 2009 and formed my company, I then took samples of body-worn cameras for trial to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, And I'm talking about companies that actually produce and sell body-worn cameras throughout the world. No joy there at all. And then more recently, well, in fact, not just recently, but over the years, I have written several articles in the Jamaican newspapers, normally the Sunday Glean or the Sunday Observer, of course, to proclaim the necessity for body-worn cameras, particularly when environment where so many people are fatally shot by the police. So I played my part, but I speak calmly, I speak based on evidence, and I speak from the heart because I've been here for 22 years. I praise the way in which the Jamaica Constabulary Force has come a long way in the last 20 years. But equally, when I see injustice, I will call it out. I may not shout, I may not go into social media as you do, without your facts, with all of your emotion, and you're shouting, which might attract more followers. I haven't got 160,000 followers, but what I do is I speak the truth and I speak from my heart and I speak intelligently on fact, something that sadly you fail to do. So with the greatest respect to you, this is my rebuttal of what you said. I served in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. I did all that was in my power to do. And since leaving, I have been a critical friend of the JCF, and I've called them out around pre-planned firearms operations, body-worn cameras, and other issues. We're probably supported and started the whole process of having Indicom, the first independent investigative body in Jamaica. That's during my watch. I've seen what they have done. I've seen them bring police officers to justice for committing heinous crimes. But in every single case, that's based on the evidence, and that's all we can do. When I was on Nationwide Radio, last point is this. I urged everybody to stay calm. I said, please let justice take its course. But if you were there, come forward, give evidence, give your statement to Indicom in order that we can bring those to justice, which is being done. So I just say to you finally, respectfully, calm down, speak the truth, do your research, and next time you want to attack anybody, me or anyone else, just get your facts right. All right? So that's my message to you. But equally, my message is bigger to the 160,000 people who follow you in order that we can have a bit of calm, some sensibility, and let justice take its course. Nice to meet you, Marvin.